Before they run down the hill at Clemson, they touch Howard's rock. Only if they're ready to go, because if they're not, as Frank Howard himself said, keep your stinking hands off my rock. Death Valley in Clemson, South Carolina, home to the Tigers. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we see the number 7 team in the country, the South Carolina Gamecocks, taking on the 24th ranked team in the land, the Clemson Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Clemson will kick off to get us underway. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. You think the fans are ready for this one? The booth's shaking underneath us, guys. Back to throw, it's Clay. Got his man on the right. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Caught in the backfield. It's Acho. Still on his feet at the 45. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a first down.
Perfect play call against the perfect defense. They came with a blitz, and the offense had this screen pass called at the right time. Running back gets it in his hands. He's got linemen out in front, getting hats on hats. You can't do it any better than that.
Now adjusting. Finds a crease at the 20. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
It's going to be tough on this defense containing this guy because he's got that sixth sense to get outside the pocket, and at that point, he's throwing it and hurting you, or you can take off and run. That time able to get the first down. Big challenge for the defense moving forward.
They'll leave it with him. And they try the middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. On the play. Brings up second down. This crowd knows when to bring it. To throw, it's Clay. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, South Carolina. What a grab and go for the score.
And I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And the PAT makes it 7-0. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal with a 16-yard throw for the touchdown. Just about set to kick it away. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense set on first down. Here's the handoff. Ball spins away. And it is a chunk play. A huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
Well, on that one, they decide to attack the left outside on the ground. And you see the speed by the ball carrier there, Reese, picking up a huge chunk of yards.
Now, I can't imagine any reason they wouldn't just run that play again.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Why not just go back to the well one more time?
That's the way to start a drive, and now they'll try to follow up on 1st and 10. The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. Might as well give it to him again. Shakes off the tackle. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds. The Tigers pulled out a close one the last time they saw their Palmetto State rivals.
And Clemson, they were sleepwalking early in that game. They know when they play South Carolina, they're going to get their A-plus effort. They're going to have to take some haymakers, and they got to wake up in this one, Dave.
I think it's tough late in the season, regardless when you play. The rivalry is deep. The hatred is deep. Even when seasons are out of touch for South Carolina, they can put an exclamation point by beating Clemson at the end of the year.
Just missed on the connection, incomplete. It has been a season to forget, and honesty compels us to say changes are probably coming.
I'm not sure, but I think Reese Davis just fired a coach. Is that what I heard? I'm pretty sure that's what just happened. Listen, hasn't gone well. You've heard the outside noise, continuing to get louder and louder, haven't met expectations. And this is the business we live in college sports, when you get paid a lot of money to do a job and you don't perform.
Listen, at the end of the day in college football, it's results-oriented. They've lost football games this year, and so all signs right now pointing to them potentially making that change before next season. If they're going to stay competitive and they're going to field the best team and program possible heading into next year, then it looks as though a change is inevitable here.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. And the senior would love to have that one back. Just a little too much on the pass. This rivalry dates back to 1896. It's been a little bizarre with the chicken curse, and it's a bit unusual, too, because the state school, South Carolina, isn't the perennial football power.
No, but it's kind of had its ebbs and flows, a little bit back and forth, some great coaches on both sides, but the in-state hate is beautiful.
You know, there's a lot of great rivalries, especially down in the South and the Deep South. This is one of the better ones, though, because you just never know what the outcome is going to be.
And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop it.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's hitting the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
You immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short.
In that third down and manageable situation, I love the RPO play call. You just would love to see your offensive line get a little bit more push. That was a good look to run into, but the defense just beat him up front.
I'm not sure this was ever a real decision. They'll go for it on 4th and inches. Keeps the legs moving. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Running back searching for a hole.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. The give to the back. Stop is made almost immediately. Give him 1 to the 23. Quite a bit of work to do on 3rd down from the 23, and this D would love to force a field goal try. From the gun, wants to pass. And that ball is picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready, had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Acho. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
And that's why, if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On the ground, it's Acho. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Looking downfield, it's Clay. Trying to make magic with his feet. Ball is free. And the ball will bounce out of bounds on the fumble.
Man, that's one of those where you just go, dadgummit, if we had a little bit more space. Nice job creating the fumble, but just running out of real estate, not able to land on it. Man, you just get really frustrated because you wanted that turnover. You caused the fumble, you just couldn't secure it.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on 3rd down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
The Gamecocks look to keep this drive humming. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw. On the run, still looking. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
I don't care how talented you are as a quarterback, but your accuracy always goes down when you get hit. Nice job by the QB scrambling, working to his right, but he wasn't completing that pass with that pressure.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
And how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense, because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down.
On third down, offenses have their plays. What they like in third and short, what they like third and medium, third and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
Scanning the field, it's Clay. Quickly out to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They go to the ground. And the Gamecocks get enough to move the chains.
And most importantly, they got the first. They've been getting pushed around up front this game and haven't created a lot of lanes to run the football, but you needed it. You needed that first down. You needed to get the sticks moving. You need to run some clock, so good job by the offense finding a little bit of space to get the first down.
They get him stopped at the 26, but boy, that was an attitude run, a pickup of 6.
Yeah, this coaching staff, they're getting this offensive line lathered up and into a rhythm now. They're letting them drive off the ball on first down on these running plays, and they're getting chunks of yardage.
6-yard pickup on first down, leaves them with 2nd and 4. The secondary walks up on the line, showing press coverage. He'll let one go down the right side. Can't hang on in the end zone, and that one is going to drive him crazy when he watches it. It'll be 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
They'll come to the line needing 4 yards for a first down. They're already 2 for 2 on this drive. Quarterback now on the run, still looking. Another incompletion on 3rd down.
3rd and short in college football today, you see so much more pass than you used to. The offense stays aggressive, and I think they stay aggressive because they know they're in field goal range. They got that 3 in their back pocket.
It's good. And that lead grows even bigger. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. LSU had a dominant win, the kind the folks in Baton Rouge were used to in 2019 when Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Justin Jefferson led the Tigers to a national title. Talk about a special team. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there.
2nd down coming up.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. He's looking to throw. Going up top. It's complete. A huge pickup. The expressway is wide open. And he got away from the defense and takes it in. Touchdown, Clemson.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball and let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. They've got the lead here. Last time they settled for a field goal, but David got to find that balance between... And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get him right away. They stayed after him. He was scrambling, going backwards. They get the sack on the first play of the drive.
So now they'll try to mitigate that disaster on second down from the 15. Looking for a man. It's Clay. Looking to buy time. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
On third and long, he's going to have to throw for it. On target to the left. They'll mark him down right there, but it is a big play, and they'll move the chains. And they just want to give this guy a chance to make a play on third down, and more times than not, he is going to deliver.
He's so good, so efficient, such a good route runner, got the speed, got the complete game, so you definitely want to highlight him, and especially on those downs that matter the most. If something's not open quick underneath, find him, he'll make those contested catches.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this D tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. He's got his man. They stop him at the 42, but they get it across midfield, pick up 10 and the first down. Curl route seems simple, but when you time it like that so it's right on him, man, that's a tough play to stop.
And give the receiver a lot of credit, too, because he knew where the sticks were. He got his depth on the route, and then he came back to the football. All young receivers can learn from this guy right here. Come back to the ball and help your quarterback out.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Gamecocks. What a catch and run for 6.
Yeah, and he did a really good job selling this, dropping back to pass, waiting a little bit of time, and giving his running back a chance to run down the field. He runs the wheel route. He's open, throws a strike, gets in for the touchdown.
And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. They're lining up to boot it away. The ball bounces through the end zone, and it will be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Running out of time here in the first half, and they do have a chance to make this a one-possession game.
And so you got to locate your best players and get them the football on.
Ball in the air, intercepted. Trying to take it back. He's out of bounds, showing off the hands on the pick, and then the nifty moves on a terrific return.
And this is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Off the play fake on first down to throw. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Gamecocks.
South Carolina.
That is exactly... offenses will do. Big momentum play. My defense creates a turnover. I'm being aggressive. I'm going for the big score, the big play down the field. They get rewarded. They get the big passing touchdown.
And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like, this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards.
Oh, he's ready to take a shot. And it's caught inside the 25. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Clemson.
That is such a nice job by the receiver there in that trick play, acting like he's going to block and then getting downfield. He was wide open, thinking to himself, just don't drop this, just don't drop this. All he had to do was catch it and run it into the end zone.
Well, and I think people underestimate the timing of a flea flicker, right? When you got to hand the football off, get the toss back, and the quarterback now be in sync with the receiver, and he catches it, you're right, and then gets into the end zone like he's supposed to for the big-time play.
Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little... And the quarterback is snowed under. The defense coming up big there, and the sack is great, but the secondary deserves some credit too.
No doubt. When you can cover like that in the secondary and drop back in your zone and only rush a few, and you feel comfortable getting home, and they're going to get to the quarterback, that is a great feeling, and that's fun to be a defensive coordinator calling the plays.
Takes the handoff. It's Acho. At the 35, he's open. And he's brought down after a nice game. They'll immediately call timeout.
You know, you start day one of training camp running your base runs. You need a few yards, you run these plays. You need a first down, you run these plays. You rep them over and over and over again. They're not sexy, they're not pretty, but in the end, they're effective, and they get you that new set of downs when you need them.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield, nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking to pass. It's Clay. Throws for the tight end. Got his man downfield. He got loose, almost housed it, finally dragged down at the 32. The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half.
South Carolina.
The Gamecocks getting set on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. The junior quarterback frustrated with himself after throwing it behind his man.
Unfortunate with that incompletion. The quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. On second down, he'll let it fly. Working that left side. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down.
And that's a first down for the offense.
First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. And the Gamecocks will kick it off to start the second half. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. Those two first-half turnovers really damaging, and the primary reason they find themselves trailing to start the third. He's going up top. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35. He is flat slinging it. Tigers hope they can put together an offense like that Deshaun Watson-led group in 2015 that went for over 5,000 yards.
Yeah, and he was so hard to stick out. He was fun to watch, and you watch him scramble around, make plays with his legs.
What a snag by the defense. He couldn't quite get loose on that return, but he'd already made the play, and they've got it at the 35.
That's a bit of a gut puncher for the offense because you went in at halftime, you made your adjustments, you're feeling good about your game plan coming here in the second half, and right away you throw an interception to the defense.
Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Smart offensive coordinators, they're going to throw deep balls, especially those 50-50 balls you hear about all the time. My wide receiver is better than your DB. Well, not on this play.
Looking to throw, it's Clay. Got a wide-open receiver. Oh, look out, there he goes. Touchdown, South Carolina. And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him. They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Paul.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
And the returner will be dragged down. Clemson has their paws on it, and they'll send out the offense. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers in this game.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. At the 45 on its way. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. When your best is demanded on a big stage like this against a rival, he has delivered, cracking the 150-yard mark.
No doubt about it. What do we say? Big-time players make big plays in big games. The games don't get bigger than this for this team right here, and this guy, David, has shown up today.
And it's so nice as a coach to have that dude that you know you can count on. He'll put up big numbers, and he's been carrying this offense.
This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. They are dialed in on this drive. A couple of chunk plays, and now they'll snap it on first down. Looking to move it through the air. Fires to the right. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
Love the physicality of this secondary on defense. That defender got to the football, was able to separate the receiver from the ball, and did it legally. Beautiful job.
Unloads to the wideout. And that pass is intercepted. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line.
Man, this thing's starting to snowball now in a bad way for this offense. Second interception in as many drives. This quarterback, he's got to be able to turn the page and make better decisions.
And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
It's caught. And they get him down at the 43, but this is the kind of explosive play you want to build on. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air, chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
Well, that's one the offense would love to have back. That's a play they practice over and over and over. They feel like they can run that play in their sleep, not able to connect there.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. The Gamecocks will punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Sends his first one of the day on its way, and that matches the number of appearances he had in that win last week. And the ball will bounce at the 4 and find its way into the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the offense on 1st down. Power football with the run. Fights off a defender. Makes the tackle at the 30 after he picked up 10. Clemson jumps to the line. To the air on 1st down. Looking down the middle. Got his man. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This guy has the look of the next big play receiver at Clemson in the vein of T. Higgins or Mike Williams.
Or DeAndre Hopkins or Sammy.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
That's one of the reasons I love this linebacker, man. He can rush the passer. He does a great job timing his blitz, and with that speed, he's able to get home quickly.
They'll try to keep that sack from wrecking this drive here on 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack.
That is not an easy situation if you're an offensive lineman, 2nd and 3rd and long, because you know the D-line, they're coming. They know you're throwing the football. As an O-lineman, you better get out of your stance and get your hands up and punch and not miss, because if you do, then that's what happens right there.
Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together. And we might as well state the obvious. 1st and 2nd down didn't work out. 3rd and very long. Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Coming after it. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. Clemson will send the punt team out. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking downfield, it's Clay. Right down the middle. And that's going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Takes a shot as he lets it go. And he makes the catch inside the 25. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And the beatdown has ensued. South Carolina starting to feel a little cocky, and why not, as they stretch the lead on Clemson.
They're cocky, and they should be the way they're dominating this game on both sides of the ball. They are bringing it to Clemson.
And South Carolina's fan base is one of the best in the country, and they are jacked out of their mind right now to be putting on their in-state rival.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. It bounds through the back of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Clemson ready to dial up some ball plays. They've got it on offense. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
He is stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose yards on that one.
How about the job and recognition by the defense? They knew exactly what they were trying to set up, and they had multiple defenders surrounding that intended target so that there was nowhere for him to go once he caught the ball.
Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left. At the 40, there he goes. And he breaks into the open. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
Slings it downfield. Makes the grab. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down. Clemson is quick to the line. From the gun, the ground game. Fights his way ahead. They get him down after a pickup of 3. They'll mark it at the 12. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. He's got it on the right. Touchdown, Tigers. And they take it in for 6 more points.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Gotta love the execution. Not easy to throw down here, but the quarterback made a good read, accurate throw, and they come away with 2 points.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Looking to throw, it's Clay. Swings it out to his running back. Still running at the 40. Gets enough for the first down, but not sure they'll get another play off here in the 3rd quarter.
South Carolina, 38. Clemson, 22.
Fresh set of downs after the completion. They'll throw it on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They'll run it from the gun. They'll give him a couple. That leaves him with 3rd and 8.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
And it's intercepted, maybe breathing a little life into this team. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
We still got time. Great job by the defense doing the most important thing, getting the ball back to their offense. Now the offense has to answer the bell. But good job creating the turnover. Now the offense, your turn.
Oh, he wants it all. And he throws another interception, his 3rd one of the night. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
This is a beautiful situation for the defense. When you're up by 2+ scores and you're in this situation, you know exactly what is coming. It's going to be a pass. They have to because the clock is their enemy. Great job playing pass, forcing the interception, almost putting the nail in the coffin.
And an explosive play has him on the move, and he gets it all the way to the 48-yard line. See what they dial up on 1st and 10. They're getting this guy lathered up. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
They've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, and there's certainly still plenty of football to go, but this is where you'd love to control the flow of the game, right? You want to dictate everything to the defense, and you do that by running the football. That was a really nice run. This offensive line is firing off late. Looks like they're getting stronger as the game goes on, and that is a good sign for the offense.
And these touch passes, it's so hard because there's always action off of it, right? If I fake this pass and I can run it up the gut or I can throw it and they just spread me out and make me defend so many things, and you can tell they got on the edge quickly, got the big first down.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
Dropping back, it's Clay. Throws to the wideout. And here's the pick, and oh, did they need that right now. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover. First and 10 from their own 1, and they really need to create some breathing room. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's loose at the 15. Hits the accelerator to the right. He's at the 40. Running inside the 20. Touchdown, Tigers. And once he found daylight, it was Katie bar the door, baby.
That's the kind of play that might happen only one time in your life if you're lucky. It's like a hole-in-one in golf. Pollock, a 99-yard touchdown run.
When you get almost 100 yards on the day, you're happy. But when you get it on one carry, it's even better. They give it to him. Once he gets past that second level, no one catches him all the way to the house. 99 yards.
He has an extensive juke library, and he exhausted it and still didn't pick up much. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And the South Carolina offense is back on the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, and it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Timeout called by the defense. It's their first of the half as they'll go to the sideline and try to make adjustments. It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to bully their way for the first. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He gets a block. Can they catch him? Touchdown, Tiger!
Well, they needed a momentum-shifting play. Playing at home, they're able to get the punt return and take it the distance. Pollock, he made one guy miss, and it was off to the races.
Great job. Secure the catch, make the guy miss, get towards that sideline, and just use your speed and get to the end zone. What a great game-changing play, and this place is going bananas.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. South Carolina ready to go on the attack in another offensive odyssey. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that they really love here. Steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
Motion from the offense. Here's a quick throw out to the left. At the 35, he's loose. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Leaves it with the back. Got enough space. Touchdown, Gamecocks. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Man, what a nice touchdown run, and this is a team effort, right? It's got to start with the offensive line to give you that crease, and then the wide receivers start to kick in, and the running back, he handles the rest. Nice touchdown run.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. New Mexico is dominating this one thanks to an offense that's done whatever it's wanted since the opening kickoff. They're up by 30 over San Diego State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen.
Thanks for the update on that one. Kevin, let us know when it goes final. Here's a throw downfield late. Makes the catch down the right side. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Going up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. And it's his 4th interception of the game. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way.
That should be the nail in the coffin. What a great break on the football. Getting the big turnover. You got the lead. Now just go out there, be smart on offense, and run that clock.
On the run, it's Dacho. Never underestimate the power of moving forward and creating breathing room as they mark it at the 17.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. They want that clock to run. And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you've got to use your timeout. You've got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Let's see what they have in the bag on 3rd and short from their own 18. They'll try the run. He powers his way ahead, gets 3, but they're still looking at 4th and 2. The defense will use a timeout here. There are 16 seconds left to play. And the Gamecocks will call on their punt team. He's got great speed, working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. Offense getting set for first down. To the ground with the back. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. You know what's great about rivalry games?